Hi, everybody. So today we're actually going to be talking about how COVID has positively impacted Hoxo Media. I don't think you hear much about the good that's come out of it. And what we wanted to talk to you is about the new opportunities and the new talent that it's allowed us to get. And so I am currently joined by our international team, I'm calling us. So we will all just give you a quick intro on who we are and where we are, most importantly, where we are. So Dima, if I start with you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dima. I work in the operations department at Hoxo, currently located in Dallas, Texas. I started originally with Hoxo about 6 months ago with a remote internship that I got after my own internship got canceled due to COVID. And after I finished my internship, because I was working remotely due to COVID, I had the opportunity to actually stay with the company and join the team. And that has been amazing so far for me.
Awesome. And we're loving your snazzy office as well.
Thank you.
Gareth, how about you?
Hi, everybody. I'm Gareth. I'm from sunny South Africa, and I was recruited to Hoxo about 4 weeks ago. I'm working currently in the account management team, so I'm just helping the team execute and deliver on the strategies that the Hoxo team put together.
And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Gurney. I'm the operations manager at Hoxo Media, and I recently moved to very, very sunny Barbados, which is the background you can see here. I am obviously from London, but a 12-month welcome stamp came up as a result of COVID, and I spoke to Sean, and he said yes, so here I am. And again, like I said in the beginning, what we wanted to talk about is just how these opportunities have come about, because obviously if you had spoken to us a year ago and you had said that, you know what, in the end of 2020, you'll have Gurney working in Barbados, we'll have an operations exec based in Dallas, and we'll have an account exec based in South Africa, Sean would have probably had some serious questions about your what was going on upstairs. So this is where we are. So we're just going to talk about our kind of experiences here at the moment. So how we're kind of experiencing working abroad. So I'll go first on this one. For me, it's obviously a time difference between Barbados and London. So I'm currently 4 hours behind. And one of the one of the agreements that Sean and I had was I would start working earlier to reduce the time difference. So I actually start at 7 a.m. And then I work till about 3, stop a bit when while it's still sunny, because it gets dark very early here. And then I start again in the evening, kind of after 6. And so for me, like, my experience working abroad has been pretty awesome, because until my battery runs out, this is my office, this is where I sit, this is where I have all my meetings with the team, and they really, really appreciate it, especially as it's getting very cold and very rainy in London. So yeah, for me, working abroad so far has been pretty fantastic. Dima, how about you?
My experience has also been great. I do love the flexibility that working remotely offers. For me, there's a 6-hour difference, which hasn't really made a big impact. I just start earlier in the day for me, and then my first half of the day is their last half of the day, and so it works out really great for me. I thought that I would have trouble with connecting with the team because I'm not actually in the office. So that was one of my original concerns that I had. And after joining the team and being engaged on a daily basis with everyone, I realized that okay, this is actually working out great for me, which is one of the main reasons that I decided to stay long term. Was because
and obviously because we're amazing.
And obviously, but you guys are absolutely amazing. lots of engagement. I don't feel disconnected from everyone. So, which is like, that's people's main concern when they actually work remotely. Like for me, it has worked out absolutely amazing. Connected on a daily basis with the team. Everybody's great to work with. So I've had a great experience so far.
Okay. And how about you, Gareth?
Yeah, my experience has been great. I'm traditionally used to going into an office to work, but now that I've joined the Hoxo team, I have the freedom to be at home and be available to like help out when anything comes up at home. If someone needs to come deliver something, I'm always available. And it's also just been really easy to connect with clients through video. So now I don't need to go and travel and visit clients. I can just have a video call and connect instantly with people across the world, which has been great for me.
Yeah, I think that's like one of the main things as well, because at the beginning of the year, remote working just wasn't a thing. And even for us, if we wanted to work remotely, there was a process, you had to go through a certain process. You had to log things on Bamboo. You had to check in with your team and your line manager. And now it's kind of like we've gone another level. We've gone from remote working to, you know what, we're not even going to be in the same country. We're just going to do it like this. And you know what, it's worked out really well for us. And like Dima, you kind of touched upon this earlier, but how do you stay connected to the team? And obviously you two have never actually met the team. So for you guys, it was like a meeting, intros with everybody, and also staying connecting, having never met. So for you guys, it's obviously a much kind of different experience.
So for me, of course, everything was done virtually, from the interviews to meeting the team. But I started off really great in the very beginning because I, had booked time individually with every person in the organization to, meet and get to know them. So by my first week, I hadn't been to the office, of course, and I already felt like I knew the whole team. And past that, beyond that, I have daily catch-ups with my manager, Gurney. And so I get all kind of like, we give each other all the progress updates and all the feedback. Anything that we need to do, we can do it on our daily meetings. And then we have our weekly wrap-ups. So everybody in the company meets on, Fridays, and we do highlights, updates, small catch-ups. And so you feel like you're connected throughout the week, and you really wrap up the week really nicely too, and don't feel like disconnected from the team or anything like that.
And what hours are you working? Because you're also studying at the same time.
Yeah. So I'm doing part-time, and because I work really early in the meeting, I really don't miss any hours that anybody's off in London, which has helped me really a lot. Like there's always like anytime I need to reach out to anyone, for example, like if I need to reach out for anyone to anyone for anything, they're always available. And I'm always available, so we can always book time anytime, because you're not in the office. You can't just pop into somebody's desk and be like, hey, can you do this, or can you do this, so you have to like book in a meeting, and it's proven to be very smooth and easy to do, just because everybody's been really nice about that after we've transitioned to remote working.
And also you and I are now on not the same time zone, but we're on a similar time zone now. So that's good. And how about you, Gareth?
Yeah, so just to touch on what Dima said about the whole Hoxo onboarding process, I think the team has really thought about how remote working really needs to be broken down. And I think they've really helped us to build that connection through the technology that's available. So we have the whole Google Suite where anyone on the team can pretty much instant message you on any device at any time. So it really helps us to keep the communication going. As you know, in the delivery team, there's a lot of communication that needs to happen, and strategy planning and timings and that kind of stuff. So communication is very essential to what we actually have to do. So with the technology that the team has, it's really helped us to stay engaged and get to know each other. But I think on top of that, just getting to know everyone socially really helped build that connection and get over the distance that we have. So I've never met anyone. I've never actually experienced the UK culture. So it's really been great to use technology and connect with people across the world, which has really helped. And then on top of that, just using like project management tools helps us to keep everything in check and get the whole team to deliver timelessly and like don't miss deadlines as well.
Mm-hmm. I think for me, it didn't. So obviously we had to change kind of what we were doing back in March as soon as we went into lockdown. So we had to think about different ways of building team culture when you're not sitting in an office together. And this was obviously pre-Gareth and pre-Dima. And so even for us, we were like, it's really important that we continue to meet and continue to talk. So as both Dima and Gareth have said, we've got our Google Hangouts. We do our Friday wrap-ups, but what we also do is a monthly meeting, and we have Friday Forced Fun, which is courtesy of me, where I put the team through quizzes, and we've done Pictionary, and we've done all sorts of things, and that's really fun. And I do think that adds a bit of a highlight to people's week when we do that, because it is just a bit of banter and it's just not thinking about work, and it's everybody just kind of taking the mick out of each other, to be honest. And also our Google Hangouts isn't just a business thing. Like, we literally talk about anything, any news we've heard, and just again banter. All of last week it was pretty much about Trump, wasn't it? There was no work being discussed. It was like, is he out yet? So no, I think that's been good. I think it's been necessary as well. I don't think anybody would have survived really if come March they went remote working and then they didn't do anything to kind of think about how the team were going to connect and how we were going to introduce new starters. So there is that as well. And then, what is your favorite part about working remotely and working remotely from where you are?
Well, for me, it would definitely be that I got to stick around. That's basically my highlight. Got to stick around with the company. If I had done, my original plan, which is to go in person and do my internship and then head back, because I'm still in school, I wouldn't be able to stay even if I got offered a job. But because it's, a remote delivery, I was able to stay with the team. Other than that, I think I also really like the flexibility so that, you can work remotely from wherever. If you need to go next week to visit your parents or visit family, or you're able to, move around, still get everything that you need to done. And at the end of the day, have that flexibility to and like work-life balance. So I've really, really enjoyed that, especially having to do school and having other obligations. So I've really enjoyed that.
And how about you, Gareth?
Yeah, so for me, working abroad is actually a really big opportunity. If I had to do that pre-COVID, I would probably have had to move to the UK. So that just changes the whole dynamic of work. Like, I can work anywhere in the world and still follow my dreams and passions and carry on doing what makes me happy, which is really cool.
Awesome. And I think for me, I've always wanted to work abroad, always. And I've always thought about Australia. But for me, the issue has been getting a job and having to find a job or find sponsorship and sort out a visa. And it was all really, really stressful, hence the reason I've never done it. And that's why this was amazing, because one of the conditions of my visa is you have to have employment from whichever country you're coming from. You can't take local income from the locals. So yeah, for me, that's amazing. I would never have thought about coming to work from Barbados. That would never, if you had spoken to me last year, I'd be like, what are you talking about? So for me, yeah, this is definitely, it's just amazing. Sorry, I was just getting distracted by my balcony view then. So yeah, my favorite part about working abroad is just avoiding the British autumn winter. It's very rainy, and I get it's rainy here, but it's a different kind of rainy, isn't it? So yeah, getting away from that, also just experiencing something new, ticking something off my bucket list. And then also like last week, there is a massive group for expats at the moment, and they arrange loads of different things. So last week, there was a co-working networking event. So I actually got to work from a really fancy hotel and meet a bunch of other people as well. So that's pretty cool as well. Like you said, Dima, it's not just sitting in one place and working, it's like moving around and finding different places to work. So, and also for me, like finding like-minded people as well who are also doing the same thing. Like, okay, hello, how's it going? Cool. So have any of you two got anything to add? Oh, actually, I have a question, right? Okay, so let's make a prediction. Where is our next remote international staff member going to come from? Or where would you like them to come from?
Oh, wow. We should do Australia. Even there's a big time difference.
But we do have quite a few like academy members in Australia as well. So Australia seems like the next logical place, right?
Right, yeah.
Oh my God, I've just been bitten by something.
I think it'll be cool to meet some more like Americans. I think there's some potential there.
I reckon it will be Americans next as well. I reckon it will be Americans as well.
Really enjoyed having he's really enjoed having me, you know, on the team. So he's like,
yeah. So basically, we just want a team full of Dimas. We just want more of you.
More of Dima.
we're just going to ask you who you know that is exactly like you, and we'll just hire them. Okay, cool. Well, we hope you enjoyed our ramblings. And yeah, so stay in touch, I guess. Bye-bye.